of Amakar's pen. Oh, I know I said that wrong. Amakar?
Amilcar. That's okay.
Amakar's
Amilcar.
penthouse.
You got
How
it.
how you have your fixtures and everything's warm,
Mhm.
but yet he went rogue and did like, the ceiling different just but I think that lends to the what's
Craziness of what's
in the
happening.
in the era. Yeah, but your dressing and your fixtures
Mhm.
give such a warm tone to the room and a period.
Mhm.
It's so fantastic. Like this
That was
room to me is so fantastic what you've done here.
that was that was one of that was one of the first sets that we actually shot, and it was in Dorothy Chandler's penthouse. And I just fell in love with it. I mean, I could move in there. I can move in the whole LA Times building, but
And
that
I know I've shot it so many times.
I've never shot it. I
Oh,
that
really? Oh my
never.
God.
That
This
was my first
been,
time in there. There it is.
I know, but this, oh my God, I've been here. Oh my God, I've been here so many times. You made it. I mean, it looks fantastic.
It was absolutely one of my favorites. And I'll tell you, behind I'm leaning in and I'm pointing like you can see me, Kim.
Yeah.
But behind the burled walnut set with the record player set up there, and where they pulled the liquor from behind there, you can see at the top ever so slightly, you can see a crack in the door because there was a built-in bar, like a
Oh,
closet.
here,
One behind, one back the other way. Yep, right there.
there. Yeah.
Yes. And so initially, um, there was a thought by the production designer to use that built-in bar because the scene is Amilcar, gets a glass of, whiskey or whatever it is. And it was fine. I mean, it's Dorothy Chandler, right? So everything's nice, but it was just like a built-in bar, like we can close this away so you don't ever have to see it. But Amilcar, I mean, he's a drug dealer, right? So it's like we need to have something over the top and ridiculous.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
everything in there, they added that terrarium with the snake, which was a nice, really last minute ad. But
I
what a
this is
right?
crazy. This is
Crazy.
crazy. This is crazy. This panther.
When do you get to use those? There's three of them.
Yeah, I'm just gonna give you a tidbit. I dressed this room for Spoils of Babylon, which was a Funny or Die thing I did 10 years ago. And I used this phone that you
How
have
hysterical is
here
that?
in this room.
See, it's my Easter egg for you.
But the baby grand piano that you got in here, I don't know how you got it up the elevator. Kudos.
Thank God for the crew.
But this whole set, this gigantic head, like everything about this set is so extravagant and over the top, but it works. Like, and the way you divided up the room and the way that you divided the room with the rugs and everything, it all works. Like just
I
because it's
fell
a
in love with
very
that.
odd room. Like
It's odd.
it's sunken down in the middle of it, but not really the middle. So you have that, like where you put the piano is great to give it like define that space.
It's odd. I mean, yeah, my initial pitch was to have that office in where the dining room was,
Mm-hmm.
because in my mind, there would be more people coming to do business than to eat dinner. Does that
Right.
make sense? And
Right.
then, after, 400 conversations, it came to this, and I was really happy with the way that turned out.
Yeah. This set's fantastic.
And of
And,
course,
and also that you have one of when it's shot at night and
mhm.
it's dim and the reflections that they get off the blinds are great too. And your practicals. They're great.
Yeah, I loved that set, and I loved that location. I mean, I love them all, but this one was the first like woohoo moment for me.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a great it's a great view downtown. It's the abandoned LA Times building, which is a sin.
Mhm.
But we've all shot there a million times. So
That one was yes, this is the one. Um, it was a very odd layout, and it had a very odd feeling, and it had nothing in it. It had like weight equipment in it or something like that.
well, this
But
is a scary before picture. This is
right.
like this is but this happens all the time when we go to locations. And it's
Yes.
like, where is someone gonna like come out of a closet and like shoot us? Like
It
is
was that place. It was that place for
yeah,
sure.
yeah.
And in the middle of Bel Air, like who, I mean, who would even think that this would exist, and overgrown with vines, and then we turned it into that, right?
And then I know I mean the wallpaper always does
Mhm.
wonders,
Mhm.
but this it also made the room look so much bigger. Look how much bigger it makes the room look. I mean, I know the camera is making the perception bigger too, but like look at that. Look, and
Mhm.
that ceiling.
The ceiling is absolutely
Oh,
incredible.
ceiling is amazing.
Incredible. And I chose not to go with window treatments because the bold choice of, basically she's kind of like a squatter there, right? So
Right.
this is a squatter is extreme, but this is an in-between hideout.
Oh, they took your lamp out. Why
I
do
I
that?
know. I
Oh.
well, no, it's back there.
Well, no, no, this one.
Yes. Oh, yes. That one was that was an offender.
They
Well,
took it out.
it was an offender.
No. No.
But they didn't remove the oil lamp in the back corner, which, anytime I can get those in, how often do you get to use the rain lamp?
Right. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And
Beautiful.
on, no less.
Beautiful.
But
I
to
love
not
the
have the
palette.
window treatments, is like this is how dire it was and how last minute it was, that scariness of having open windows where people could possibly peek in and see the operation and all of that. These are all these conversations, right?
But
And to me, this
also that your DP didn't want treatments.
yeah,
That's the thing. They usually always want treatments. They always want.
another conversation, right?
Yeah. No, that's great. Oops. Yeah. And then before of this, look at this
Terrifying.
floor to ceiling windows are gorgeous. And look at
That literally, if you open those windows, you jump right into the pool,
ooh.
which was it was a really odd place, but really in its own kind of odd way it works. I mean, for me, in my mind, this is a place that like a Palm Beach person lived in, and maybe some kind of a widow, and they had just put sheets over it and left it for 20-30 years and hadn't decorated for
Right.
however long.
Right.
And it just stopped, and maybe people checked in on it every now and again and watered a plant or two, but it's just stopped.
Yeah, it's stuck in time.
Hmm.
Yeah.
That I still think that
I mean, the
now
artwork's great. Is that where'd you get the artwork?
Modernica,
Mm,
or I'm sorry, Gillenroy.
Gillenroy, sorry.
It was Modernica then, and Hollywood Studio Gallery, both
Their new location's great.
incredible. I just went this week. Incredible.
It's a football field. It's
It's
great.
incredible. And now to unearth some new things is
Oh,
just fantastic.
so,
I'm so
so
excited about
fantastic. Yes. I love
it.
that. Look at that lamp.
The lamps were as tall as us, Kim.
I
They
love
were
it.
they were
Why
so
can't we have lamps like why don't they make lamps like that anymore?
I don't know, but I got such great lamps from Urban Americana, and just I would find them at like the
Mm,
Palm Springs Vintage Market and grab them,
yeah.
give them all the way back. And the lamps were a lot of fun on this show.
Beautiful.